Hi children, it gives me really very a pleasant time and I feel so elated that you can see me though I cannot see you all. Yet meeting you through this media gives me much joy and I feel that you children, particularly the 8th standard children of Zion Jabathotam Metric Higher Secondary School, are very eager to watch on to your class lessons being taught over here through online. So to make you happy and to make you keep learning, we felt that we will focus on your class subjects. So from now onwards, 8th standard can be confident of getting further more of lessons from each subject, every subject, and make you learn your lessons better. I hope you children all have purchased your textbooks and only a few I think need to get your books. So go back to your school and see that you approach the staff over there in the store and see that you collect your textbooks. And there they may give you the other details also as to how and what portions you need to learn every day. So that's how it has to be. So meet all of you through and be focused, keep learning through this media until we start with our usual school program. Okay? And now today I have taken your first lesson. The first lesson for English 8th standard is the nose jewel. The nose jewel. You know what is nose? You all know. Nose. You all have. And jewel. Must have seen some ladies wearing a stud, a nose stud. We call in Tamil as mookuthi. Okay? So some of the ladies look so beautiful when they wear this nose jewel. And this particular lesson, titled as The Nose Jewel, is written by Rajagopalachari. Now something interesting about this author, he was a great legend, I should say. He has focused this lesson. When I read this lesson for of yours, I felt really happy that such a busy man and such a great politician could spend time in writing and that too publishing books. So that gave me a little kind of encouragement. And he was fondly called as Rajaji. All of us now know that who Rajaji was. His total name, complete name was Rajagopalachari. Okay, fondly. He was very lovingly called as Rajaji. He was an Indian politician. He became the last Governor General of India. After the British left, when they gave India freedom and the British government left, he became the Governor General of India. So thus, by him or with him, that Governor Generalship of India came to an end. And he became the Chief Minister of Madras, the then Madras, now it is called as Chennai. So he was the Chief Minister of Madras state and he had won the Bharat Ratna award. He had been given an award which is given for great task achieved in many areas. So here we have a recipient, Rajaji, recipient of Bharat Ratna award. And he has written this beautiful lesson as Nose Jewel. It's an amazing lesson. It's a wonderful lesson. See, the theme of the lesson is never to be greedy. In our life, we have lot of other things. We have many things God has given to us. He has blessed us with a lot of talents, with a lot of time, and with a lot of things, other materials. And we should never be greedy, or we should never look at others' things and feel like grabbing it. We should never do it in our life. And when we do, what will happen to us? That is the lesson or that is the message that we will be learning out of this lesson. Okay? So we should never be greedy. We should never long for others' things. As children, you need to cultivate this particular trait in your life. And the outline of the story here. The outline of the story is this. Ramaya, this is the first character for us. Mr. Ramaya, he was a very simple man and He lived in a town, in a little house. In his house, on the roof of his house, there had the sparrows built their nest. The sparrow family built nest there in his house on the roof. And one day, you know what happened? The male bird of the house, the nest, it had brought a nose jewel, a small stud, a nose stud from somewhere, and dropped it at the floor. So it had been fallen. And this particular woman, this Mrs. Ramaya, Mr. Ramaya's wife, Mrs. Ramaya, she found it around her floor and she took it in her hand. And as known, ladies, women are, fond of gold jewelry. She saw that small stud, the nose stud. She looked at it. It looked so beautiful. She felt, oh, it's very nice. She felt like keeping it. And then he told her. Then she took it off, no. And Mr. Ramaya came to know of this last stud, the last and found. By chance they got it. And he had told her, we better hand over this stud to the magistrate, so that we will have no guilty feeling in us. We can just be free of all these things. So he told her to give it away. But she said, no, I will never give. I cannot give it away. I didn't go and steal from somebody. It just landed on my house and it is ours now. So I will keep it. You know what happened by then? It belonged to Mrs. Meenakshi, a neighbor of her, and Meenakshi's daughter. So that little girl, while she was maybe taking bath or something, she had removed it and kept it, or she would have lost it in her house. And in the Meenakshi's house, in Meenakshi's house, they had a maid known as Kupai. See these names, Ramaya, Mrs. Ramaya, and Kupai, Meenakshi, all these names, these all names look like Tamil names and these village names. And this particular lady, Kupai, was a maid, servant in the house of Mrs. Meenakshi, where Mrs. Meenakshi's daughter had lost her stud, that nose stud. And poor lady, Kupai, was suspected. Everyone doubted that Kupai would have taken it. She would have stolen it. And immediately Mrs. Meenakshi, what she did? She gave a complaint in the police. And on receiving the complaint, the police team came and they made a mighty search. A thorough search was made in Mrs. Meenakshi's house, and they could not find the stud, no stud. And they thought that, they also thought that Kupai would have stolen it. But they could not accuse because they did not find the object. And thus, they suspected her, poor lady. And even after a mighty search with the police also, they were not able to find it. And the couple, after that, this event was over, the searching was over, they all felt that the nose stud was lost, and they felt someone has stolen, and they felt that Kupai had stolen it and confirmed it in one side. Poor Kupai, she had that feeling, of being told. With that, she would have lived. The story does not talk so much about after that about Kupai. But when we come to this man, Ramaya, we really feel that the couple were feeling, if we would have told the magistrate, had we told the magistrate, we need not have felt now, in our heart the guilt. Secondly, Mrs. Ramaya felt that now she could not wear anymore. If she wore that and went out, they will catch her. So the thing laid in her house for a long time. And along with the material, that nose stud, what also laid there was their guilt. And they had a lot of fear. So they spent the rest of their life in fear of being caught. So they were always feeling. Supposing we are caught, supposing we are caught. That thought itself would have killed them throughout their lifetime. So children, from this lesson we learn that once we do an offense or once we do a kind of thing like this, which is not ours, which does not belong to us, the remaining days of our life, we'll have a guilty feeling in our heart that we have done that, we have done that. No. Sometimes we cannot rectify it. On certain things we can rectify, we can ask pardon, we can feel for it, and we can recover and overcome our guilt. But certain things, when time passes by, when time goes on, we can never mend it. So better not to do such type of things. Take a resolution today. We will never be greedy. We will never be wanting some other people's things. And we will work hard. We have talents. We have time. We have energy. We have education. With all these things, what we need to do is we need to face the life successfully and make our life better. Okay? So that is how you need to be. You need to adapt some good qualities, good traits in your life. And now, in the first lesson, I gave you the outline or the summary of it, the gist of it. Your job is now to refer the textbook, read it through, and then you have some exercises, homework to do. Your assignment here, look at the screen over here. The assignment here, I can give you all the answers also. First assignment for you is choose the correct synonyms, which means choose the correct meanings. The first word here, you have the choice in the sentences. In sentence form, I am giving only the meaning in word to word meaning. Indeed, the meaning is in fact. You copy down this one from the screen in your notebook, tick it over there in your textbook and learn it. Indeed means in fact. Panic is fear. Consoled, the meaning is comforted. I hope you children are following it. Then self-centered is selfishness or egoistic. Okay, here the meaning given in your book is egoistic, and it can be as self-centered, can be very selfish in nature. And whispering is murmuring. You have the word there, murmur, corrected to murmuring. And the next question 2. Your assignment part, second one is antonyms. Find the antonyms. I have given here the antonyms of the given words in your book. The first one is delight. The opposite of delight is regret. Disagree is pride. And then careless, careful, secret, overt, confine, unconfined. These are the synonyms and antonyms. And the third exercise for you is fill in the blanks. You are given in sentences, I have given only the fill-ups, the dashes. So copy down all these words. As you read also, you will come across these words from your passage, from the lesson. So the first sentence, the first word answer is roof. Okay, and then muck, heap means something, some dirt or something like that kept in a pile. And the third one is Meenakshi Ammal's daughter. Fourth dash is Kupai. Already we learned the maid character. Then fifth one is getting caught. Right? And now fourth question here is state the following sentences are true or false. The first question is false. Second one is true. The third one is false. Fourth again is true. And the fifth one is false. Make a note of all these things in your textbook while you learn through this YouTube. See that you get the correct answers from here and write it down there in your notebooks or in the textbook and keep learning. And all other exercises learn from your textbook, your book, and follow the additional notes. Some of you have already got the additional notes from the school, and those of you who did not get additional notes, you get it from the school. And see that you follow the guide or the additional notes that is given from the school, and learn every exercise from the lesson, from your book. And in the next class, we will be dealing with the first poem. So get yourself prepared to meet me again very shortly with the next portion in English. Until then, bye from all of us here. Okay, thank you.